Sometimes you're going to want to cut out the background or do what we call a COB, which is cut out background. There are several different ways to do it, and people have a tendency to want to utilize the eraser. However, that is the one thing that you definitely don't want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Command J to copy my layer, and I'm going to turn off my background layer in case I need to go back to it. And I'm going to call it Edit, or COB. Now what we're going to do is we're going to enter Quick Mask mode, which is at the bottom of your tool palette. It's the square with the circle in it. And if you click on it once, it'll highlight it. And now we can go to the brush, which is B for brush, and we want to make sure we have it 100% opacity and 100% flow, so we're taking away 100% of the color and the opacity and the flow. Now the hardness, I'm going to go ahead and make the hardness up at 100%, and I'm going to make my brush bigger. When I am using the different area and painting the outer edges red, I tend to make it larger, and you want to utilize a smaller brush when you get closer because it's better practice and it leaves the image looking cleaner. So I'm just using this bigger brush to kind of decrease how much time I'm going to be spending selecting it. So what this red does is it's not actually painting red. You'll notice that when you have black on the foreground color, you'll be painting red on the image. And it's not actually red, it's just actually telling you what you have selected. So if you press the quick mask button again, you'll see that now it's showing you this is what I have selected with my selection thus far. So if I press it again, I can go back and select it. So I'm going to zoom in, and this is the same concept that we've used for other things, is if you use a smaller brush, remember you can adjust the brush size up top or use the brackets by the letter P as in Patrick. And if I move the outer edge of the brush to the outer edge of the image, and then I click once and hold the Shift key and click every time his body curves or changes or bends, you'll see you'll have a much cleaner line. Now say you make a mistake, and again zooming in is the best practice so you can see if you make a mistake, because I could see I made a mistake on this little white edge. If I hit the letter X, you'll notice it toggles between the black and the white on the foreground. Now with my brush selected with the white on the foreground, I can then erase any mistakes I made, X to toggle back to black, and then I go again and I click once, hold the Shift key, and now I'm moving along and cleaning up my selection. So you're going to go ahead and do this until you finish the whole entire selection. And then once you're done, you'll actually hit the Quick Time Mask button again to double check your selection. So go ahead and continue to cut out this person by using the Quick Mask selection. Again, I'm just lining up the edge, and I'm doing this pretty quickly. Normally I'd zoom in a little bit more. And just for the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and adjust this. And so now I have my selection. Now if I want, I could select the inverse and delete the background, and then it would be transparent. We can also save the selections for later, which is what I'll often do sometimes. You can go to Select, Save Selection, and you can save the selection and always be able to reload it. Or you can go up to Select Inverse, select the inverse and delete the background, deselect, and now we've extracted the coach. And now since he's on two different layers, I turn the visibility off, it will save as a PSD. Then you have to show the Show Import Options, which is the item on InDesign. So we'll go ahead and save this as a PSD. And we're going to go to InDesign.